Episode 56 RKC March 5, 2024. Dane County Snapshot, Wisconsin. PM 2.5% and level in micrograms per cubic meter over 3 days using PurpleAir Data. County Snapshot of Dane County, Wisconsin. The total of 24 municipality monitors in Dane County are at 7 total at Berry, Black Earth, Deerfield, Deforest, Fitchburg, Maple Bluff, and Mount Horeb, and 17 monitors in Madison, Wisconsin. All measurements in micrograms per cubic meter. PurpleAir PM 2.5 monitor readings are averages over 3 days of particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Wood-burning emissions are 90% PM 2.5, and wood-burning emits 2.8 times the PM 2.5 and CO2 as the fossil fuel coal burning. Wood-burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. Many residents buy PurpleAir PM 2.5 monitors to prove that as near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners, the wood-burning emissions enter the near neighbors' yards and sicken them, at levels above Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) National Ambient Air Quality Standards (NOx), which in 2024 are 9 micrograms per cubic meter annually and 35 micrograms per cubic meter in a 24-hour period. The highest average readings for Dane County, Wisconsin PurpleAir monitors is 31 at Elinor and Gary and 29 at a Deerfield farm, Wholly Rooted Farm, which advertises its own wood burning. The lowest average readings are 14 micrograms per cubic meter at La Follette High School. La Follette High School has a cemetery at one side, a road at one side, and a golf course at 2 sides. La Follette High School is only 1.8 miles away from 4205 Elinor Street and 4205. Elinor Street has an average reading of 31 micrograms per cubic meter, but La Follette High School is not near an indoor residential wood burner. The indoor residential wood burner on Elinor Street is an employee of the Forestry Department and tries to recruit other neighborhood residents to also burn wood, although all residents of Madison, Wisconsin have access to, or are hooked up to, natural gas pipes for heating. The employee of the Forestry Department has a monthly bill for natural gas use. The employee of the Forestry Department also has average Madison gas and electric bills, $135 average bill per month for the last 12 months, higher than the near neighbor 60 feet away from the wood burner's stack. $105 gas and electric average per month for the last 12 months. Resident who lives at 4205 Elinor Street and operates the PurpleAir monitor. They're named Elinor and Gary. 60 feet away from the home of the forestry employee and the forestry employee's wood-burning smokestack. An Excel sheet of all 10-minute readings in a 72-hour period can be downloaded from https://rossipresidents.com at the County Snapshot tab. All 3 days of 10-minute individual PurpleAir PM 2.5 readings for all monitors are hidden on the Excel sheet but can be unhidden and viewed. DateTime Turner A. Daniel A. Wholly Rooted Farm A. Griffin A. GoPackOutside A. Average PM 2.5 23 23 29 14 23. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 64%, 68%, 84%, 60%, 66%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 54%, 53%, 66%, 49%, 59%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 42%, 40%, 51%, 14%, 39%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 24%, 26%, 34%, 3%, 21%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 15%, 14%, 23%, 0%, 13%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 8%, 9%, 15%, 0%, 5%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 3%, 8%, 0%, 1%. Percent 75 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%. Turner A. Daniel A. Wholly Rooted Farm A. Griffin A. GoPackOutside A. Berry, W.I. Black Eath, W.I. Deerfield, Wisconsin Deforest, Wisconsin W.I. Maple Bluff. Number of monitor 12345. DateTime Hickory Hills A. 950, Clarence Court A. Lacy Heights A. Dudgeon-Monroe A. Elinor and Gary A. Average PM 2.5 18 25 22 24 31. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 54%, 81%, 66%, 72%, 81%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 43%, 62%, 55%, 56%, 63%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 34%, 46%, 39%, 45%, 56%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 26%, 25%, 24%, 24%, 43%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 13%, 16%, 15%, 17%, 28%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 3%, 8%, 5%, 11%, 17%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 0%, 0%, 3%, 5%. Percent 75 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%. Hickory Hills A 950, Clarence Court A, Lacy Heights A, Dudgeon-Monroe A, Elinor and Gary A. WI Mount Horeb WI Madison WI Fitchburg Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin. Number of monitors 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. DateTime Elmside Circle Park A, La Follette High School A, Lod 2 A, Lod 4 A, Lod 5A. Average PM 2.5, 18, 14, 25, 23, 23. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 60%, 52%, 75%, 73%, 70%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 56%, 33%, 56%, 57%, 55%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 29%, 22%, 44%, 43%, 39%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 14%, 15%, 29%, 21%, 24%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 3%, 18%, 14%, 15%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 0%, 11%, 6%, 8%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 0%, 3%, 0%, 0%. Elmside Circle Park A, La Follette High School A, Lod 2 A, Lod 4 A, Lod 5A. Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin. Number of monitor 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. DateTime LAWD 6A, Lod 7A, SASI 1A, A, SASI 3B, A, SASI 6A. Average PM 2.5, 26, 27, 26, 18, 23. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 79%, 79%, 81%, 71%, 73%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 57%, 60%, 66%, 53%, 63%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 49%, 51%, 49%, 29%, 44%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 29%, 29%, 25%, 12%, 21%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 18%, 19%, 16%, 0%, 14%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 10%, 12%, 6%, 0%, 2%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 3%, 6%, 0%, 0%, 0%. LAWD 6A, Lod 7A, SASI 1A, A, SASI 3B, A, SASI 6A. Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin. Number of monitors 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. DateTime SASI 7A, A9N. 30 Wexford Village, Madison A, M&A Wilmar Location A. Average PM 2.5, 18, 24, 15, 25. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 68%, 76%, 54%, 87%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 58%, 60%, 41%, 66%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 27%, 49%, 21%, 46%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 10%, 24%, 11%, 26%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 14%, 0%, 15%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 0%, 5%, 0%, 1%. SASI 7A, A9N. 30 Wexford Village, Madison A, M&A Wilmar Location A. Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin Madison, Wisconsin. Number of monitor 21, 22, 23, 24.